this month's topic, understanding using Outlook 365 integration. And the reason why we're kind of focusing on this this week is we have had a lot of questions in the support channels and things like that. Um, Focusing on, Outlook 365, maybe some issues that you've been having, things like that. So we'll start off with the understanding aspect of it. So we have a few questions here that we've been, asked recently. So one of those is, where do I enable this integration? So um, basically, this will automatically be enabled on your account if you purchased an Accudemia license. So the Accudemia license is not an Accudemia Lite or Accudemia Essentials license. So if you have a regular Accudemia license, this is going to automatically be enabled. So you don't have to go in there as an admin and enable this for your staff. Another question that we get is, how do I connect my calendar to my schedule? So your Outlook calendar to your, Accudemia schedule. And let's see. So one, you have to have a tutor account, and this doesn't mean you have to have a separate account or anything like that. You just have to have the tutor role. So as long as on your account, you have a tutor role, then you'll, one, be able to set a schedule in Accudemia because you have to have that role to have a schedule. And then two, you'll be able to, integrate with Outlook 365 so it blocks off times and all the various things it does. Third question here is, how can I tell if my tutors have got connected? So in the system, if you're an Accudemia admin with access to like your advanced options here, usually like college or center admins should have this under administration advanced. There's that Outlook 365 integration on the main menu, and we'll go in there and I'm going to actually show this in a second. So we'll see where that's at. And it's a really cool place because I can see a list of all the tutors that I currently have connected. Also, if they're having some trouble, I could disconnect and maybe troubleshoot why they're not able to
Okay.
troubleshoot why they're not able to have people make appointments with them and things like that, because sometimes that is a problem if they've got too many meetings blocking off stuff. So, and another one is, what does it do for me? Why would I want to use this? So so there's basically four kind of key things that it's going to do. One is going to automatically sync any appointments made in Accudemia to your Outlook 365 calendar. So those will automatically get placed on your calendar. It's also going to check out your availability. In other words, with your Accudemia tutor schedule that you set in there, or maybe your admin set in there for you, if you're a tutor, this is going to go ahead and look for any appointments that might conflict. So anything that was set up directly in Outlook 365 again. So another aspect is that instead of having to go to Accudemia to reschedule, if I have an existing Accudemia appointment, I could actually just do it straight from my Outlook 365 account. Now, there are only like certain changes, like the date and time, and maybe the duration that you can change, because other settings like what the course is and things like that, of course you're going to have to go back to our software to make those changes, but that's pretty convenient feature. So like if I need to push a tutoring session back or something like that, or I've maybe reached out to the student and said, hey, I need to do this a little earlier, whatever it is, I can go ahead and do that directly from Outlook. And then the last option is to be able to cancel directly from Outlook. So, that'll just speed up and save some time. You don't have to maybe find the email that came from to cancel, or, log back into Accudemia. You could just do it straight from your calendar that you're looking at. So next we're getting into the connecting part. And I'll go ahead and pause there for a second because I want to just jump over to um, Accudemia to show some of the things that I was talking about. All right, so this is my my demo account here. And I happen to be an admin who also has like tutor role as well. So on mine, I'm going to have the connect option here. So this is what your tutor should see. Um, and if I was the administrator, but I, not necessarily a tutor, and I just wanted to see if my tutors have connected under administration advanced, I have this Outlook 365 integration. So I can see right now the only tutor that's connected is I have a tutor named Garrett here that connected. And if I needed to, I could actually disconnect them from that connection if they were having any kind of problems and we needed to troubleshoot it and just disconnect it for now. I've seen where, like let's say for some reason all their time is blocked off and maybe they inadvertently put like an all day event or something that's actually like, blocking off their entire availability for that week or an all week event. So you can always look in Outlook too to see, what's causing that. Like if anything that marks it as like busy on their schedule is going to go ahead and be reflected and blocked. So, but this is helpful when troubleshooting. So I'm going to go ahead and just minimize that for now. All right, so now we're going to get to the connection part, and this is just really explaining, but we'll go through it. So first, you'd obviously want to log in with a tutor account. You'll click your name and then connect to Outlook 365. You'll be taken to a page, has a lot of other text on there, just kind of explaining what this does. But then you'll connect to Outlook 365 with the blue button here, and then pick one of your Microsoft accounts to connect. So hopefully it's, if you have multiple ones, maybe one's a personal versus like your work account. So you want to definitely try to use the one that you want to connect with your calendars. And that's the last step, actually, the final and probably the most important step is once it says you are connected, you basically authorized Accudemia to connect to your calendar. You're going to see, where do you want to send the appointments to? So you'll have a drop down here, and keep in mind that you can only pick one calendar to send these to. So, it's a drop down here. You'll see all of your calendars like this in that drop down list, but you can only choose one. And then also there's a block my availability from these calendars. So on this one, you can actually choose multiple. So if there were like, let's say I had a group calendar that I also have to watch out for when we have meetings, I might want to check that as well, so that it can compare not only my calendar of events, but maybe a shared event calendar. And of course, if you wanted to see like what Accudemia is actually tracking, you can click this View Synced Events, and you'll see at least the next 7 days. So anything that's happening, you can kind of compare that week to see, why somebody might be being blocked. Maybe unintentionally. I've had one person where the tutor went and blocked off their entire time that they actually did tutoring. So if you do that, that's fine, but you have to make yourself open on those. You can't say busy, kind of thing. Okay, so now we're kind of getting into the using. Real quick, I'm going to just pause right there and jump out and go back to Accudemia. And I'll go ahead and get myself connected so that I can join this list. So we're going to go to my name, connect to Outlook 365. Of course, like I said, it tells you what it does and all that. We're going to just connect to it. I'm going to select the work account. Okay, and sometimes there might be another page, maybe I've already authorized it a few times before, that, says you authorize access or whatever. So in here, I can see now I'm connected, and I can choose my calendar, maybe other calendars that I can also have it check against. I'm going to keep it simple for the testing, so it's just using the calendar to block and the calendar to show or send things to. So. And now we go into this. So this is just an illustration here, but every time I create an appointment here, I can automatically see those onto my calendar. So we're gonna actually go ahead and do that here in a second. Um, Also, any date change or cancellation, like if I'm going to go ahead and cancel it once I do that, maybe even reschedule it first before canceling it so you can see those changes appear over on my upcoming appointments on the homepage as well. So, all right, and then also we'll see. I don't know if I clicked on this, but I'll be able to see the next 7 days and compare those to the calendar that I have. So. Let's go ahead and go through that now. Okay, so I'm connected here. I'm going to go back to my home page and I'm going to go ahead and just schedule us an appointment. And let's do this. It's going to be a little different to kind of see Accudemia in this view, but what we're going to do, and this is about the time block. So you're going to see another appointment show up right next to this here. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule an appointment. Okay, and I see that I'm not available. It could be because I have existing things. So what I'm going to do just to make this work is we're going to do just a manual appointment. Mm. Normally you wouldn't have to do that, but yeah, I do actually have things on my calendar. So let's go ahead and do for that center with me as the tutor. I'll pick that same student. We'll pick a professor and a course and the service. Okay, so 2 p.m. So we're gonna hopefully see it right about here. And 45 minutes is fine. Okay, so we're gonna say continue. Yeah, I'm busy. Okay, ignore. Okay, and it should take a second. Maybe even have to hit send receive up here. Oh, I actually just felt the buzz in my pocket too because I have it on my phone. So if you can see right here is it's a duplicated one, and that's why I had to break the rules to see it. But there's my appointment. And I've got some template issues here. I didn't put that much information, but you can see that's that appointment. And then now we can do some other things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the home page, and we're going to set this to all. So I have my upcoming appointments right at the top. So right now is 2 p.m. and that's what it shows here. So we're just going to go ahead and try to reschedule that. And this time I'm going to do it for a time that I'm actually available. Not only here, but on my schedule I should be. Let me make sure the schedule's there too. Wrong center. Let's see. Okay, I think that's part of it too. So we'll make sure I'm available, let's say Wednesday from 3 to 5. Okay, let's say available for everything, sure. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure it was that center. Okay. All right, and I'll just move it here. So we'll do it for 3 o'clock. Save and update. Okay, and we're gonna go back to the home page here. Do my upcoming appointments. And it might take a little while, so we could even, oh, There we go. This is 3, but instead of today, it's tomorrow. So I did update the time and date, and it was happy with it because I actually did have availability. So I did have to go in there and make myself available. So it doesn't it doesn't completely get rid of that aspect, but it will block off time. So if I had um, expanded my schedule here and just said I was available for the whole week, and I could do that. Um, oop, I think I'm in the wrong center. Oh, no. Okay. There we go. I could also move that to other dates as well. So let's make this now like Friday at 2. End update. Go back to my homepage. And it'll take a second. There we go. 2 p.m. in 3 days. So, and I felt a little buzz on my phone as well. So there we go. So yeah, and then the last thing would really be just to kind of cancel it directly from my calendar, and we'll send the cancellation, and then give it a few refreshes, and we should have nothing there. I'm just gonna hit send receive here too to make sure. And okay, well, I'll give it a second. We'll come back to that. Was there anything else that I had? Oh, okay. Um, Let me show you one other thing while we're waiting on that to cancel. Sometimes it does take it a second. So while it's doing that, I'm going to show you if I go back to connect to Outlook 365 under my personal menu, I can view the synced events. So I can actually see, for instance, I know we have a daily support meeting, so it's 8:30. So that's saying for today, the 13th. So I've got that showing. I've got my next thing was the tech talk down here. Actually, that was a prep one. Some other ones, let's see, that matches here. So you could see everybody's appointments, and it's gonna just be a quick and easy way to verify like everything is there. Now, if it's an actual academia appointment, it shouldn't show in that list, but that's gonna be in your appointment list up here. So still waiting on that cancellation. Should have gone through here, but I think while we wait for this, I can go ahead and open up for questions, which is the next part.
All right, so let me check here. I am not seeing any questions so far regarding the Outlook integration. Do we want to wait another minute before opening it up to questions from everyone?
Yeah, I guess if you want, we can just do questions for any topic, not just the one we went over.
Okay.
Um, Go ahead. Sorry.
So, no, I don't see any other questions right now. So I'm just letting everyone know. If you do have any questions, you can put those in the chat. Since we do have a fairly small group, you can also unmute yourself. At this time, I do see somebody is typing right now. Okay, Courtney said that she has a question regarding appointment recurrences. So let's go ahead and she's still typing that all.
Yeah.
Is there a way to turn off Monday through Friday or custom recurrences so that students only have the option for a weekly recurrence?
Um, I don't think there is. I know that you can limit how far out someone can make a reoccurring appointment if you wanted to. Like I've seen some people maybe make it only like 2 weeks or a month or something like that, but you really can't say that they couldn't do it like every other day, for instance. So um, those options really haven't been expanded on with that. But there are some creation things like on limiting how far out, just not the frequency.
Okay. And Amy asks, we have volunteer tutors who don't have an Office 365 friends.edu account. Is there any way for them to connect their calendars with Accudemia?
Yeah, it doesn't have it has to be a professional or a education account. So if they have like their own 365 license outside of the school, then they could use that. Um, we don't have the Google integration for this product yet. Right now it's only for Office or Outlook 365, whether it's the professional or the um, educational license. Basically, you can't have like a free license or whatever with that. So,
And then Annette asks, when I checked who is connected, there are two accounts that say no loaded with status connected active. Do I disconnect those?
um, I checked who's two accounts. Yeah, I would probably disconnect those. It says no loaded. That's very weird. Unless the IT was testing something and maybe they called like the accounts no loaded, I would just probably disconnect them and then just let all the tutors know that to have them check and reconnect. In fact, when they get disconnected, they do get an email notification because I was, obviously testing this myself a few times. So there is an email that goes out. Here, let me just share real quick. Da. So yeah, every time I disconnected, I got this kind of email just so that I knew your calendar has been disconnected. So they will get something like this, but it might be better to, instead of them just getting our generic email, for you to just let them know. But yeah, that seems like somebody was testing with a weird account or something. I don't know.
Okay, and then Hillary asks, is there a way to make a different automated email template for different centers and for different services?
Yeah, so you can basically do both. Let me share. I'm gonna just make this big. So there's the center one is far easier, I would say, just because it's like built into the interface. So if I go into my administration control panel, the last option here, and click on email templates, if you've never went in this section, you're not gonna have any options like already pre kind of set here. You'd have to do a new template. And the reason why we do that is we still send out the emails regardless. You can just choose whether or not you want to customize them. And you can see in here that I have all mine set to the college level, so I'm basically making everybody's the same. But one of the things that you'll notice for each of the different type of messages that go out, we have like confirmation for appointments that are for the students and then confirmation for tutors. So let's say I start off with that one because that's the first message they get. I could actually have a different message depending on like the center or whoever. And in fact, I got two confirmations to the students. So maybe one of these was actually supposed to be for one of my centers. So I could go and at the top here, it has a center. And instead of having it at the all or the college level, I can go in here and just simply select the center name. And now, even though I have two different confirmations here for students, one is specifically for this center versus like a blanketed one that I have for the whole school. And you could actually have as many of these as you need. Like if you had 5 centers, 10 centers in here, each center could go in and customize those. Now, to get it down to the specific services in those messages, so let's say I've got this message here that I wanted for my specific center. I've actually got some code right here, and I'll paste this in the chat. Um, but this is actually depending on the name of the service here. I can have a different message for each of the different services that are selected. And this shouldn't happen, but if you have like the services as optional, this else is basically to catch everything else. So here, let me just paste that in the chat. By the way, this is also out in our documentation, so like it's not anything like crazy that I'm just like made up myself, but yeah, so we have ways to do that. There's also code even like, if it's a virtual appointment versus a non, like a face-to-face, you could have two different messaging that goes out, one that shows the link maybe for an online appointment versus one that just has like the address for a in-person or face-to-face appointment. So yeah, there's some customizations there. Yes, the code tags and all that. Here, let me find the link to that real quick. So in the table of contents, you'll see some things for like service specific. It used to be that we had to do center specific code as well, but they made that part of the interface. So now this is the service specific code and more explanation on it. And I think we got a question from somebody who had
Yep.
joined late.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were if you had anything else to add there. Yeah, Amy just wanted to know if and we had another few questions. Amy wanted to know if the Outlook sync is available to all Accudemia clients and only those with premium accounts. And Justin responded in the chat, and we'll just say it for anyone who's not looking at the chat. Yes, this is for Accudemia, but we call it the institutional license. So it is not currently available at the Accudemia Lite level.
Yeah.
Um,
And the institution could be a single center account as well.
mhm.
It's just basically not the light or essential